All right. So, hi, very nice to officially meet you. I'm Cameron.
Hi, I'm Katie.
Very nice to meet you. I know you're with Monkey Bar Storage, but I'm sorry, what again is your position with Monkey Bar Storage?
So I'm kind of in charge of the sales process and
Yeah.
kind of overseeing growth.
Yeah, okay, so the sales process and growth.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I did look up kind of what you guys do. You work with storage and storage space for garages, but what do you think makes Monkey Bar Storage unique?
So we work with much more than that. We work with like shelving, cabinets, storage,
Mhm.
workbenches, stuff like that. That really like maximizes space with furniture. Because there's ways that you can create like end bench tables with like hidden features where you can lift it up and store things in there.
Yeah.
Like same with like couches. If you lift up like the seat, it'll actually be like a compartment
Yeah, yeah.
that you can put like just whatever storage in there. If you need a little bit more space, like we're great for when you have a smaller apartment, really kind of like tight on capacity. So we really help you like or help provide like different ways that you can find
Mhm.
storage than maybe like renting a garage. We do offer that
Yeah.
as well
Yeah.
in certain places, but just kind of with like things that we do. We're really all about like getting that storage, but we also have flooring installations as well.
Okay. So, what would you say, given that you do? I know you said you have some apartments that you do and other variant sizes.
Mhm.
What does the average customer look like for you? Are they big businesses? Are they little people?
Um, they're more of like little people. Like we haven't exactly catered to like a big business before, because our market kind of deals more with like just average people who
Yeah.
um, who need new flooring or just need something like more unique furniture that allows you to have more storage for your space.
Yeah. Okay. And what else do you kind of what other? I know you said you have so you're dealing with smaller customers, more
Mhm.
homeowners, more personal people. What kind of have you run into any problems so far with serving that demographic?
Serving those people, I would say that's kind of like the market that fits well with us
Yeah.
because they just kind of just need like smaller items or something,
Yeah.
and that's something that it's really easy for us to tailor to them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Great.
Mhm.
So, all right. So, um, when it comes to your employees, the people who work for you,
Mhm.
how is it going with them?
So my sales team, I'd say they're doing okay. The biggest, I guess, problem right now that we have is kind of like the system that we're using to um, maintain contact information is really basic. So as far as my sales team going along with like sales and things like that, things are really good, but
Yeah.
the reporting is a little kind of an issue.
Mm. So what's your current way you report?
So it's kind of just like a spreadsheet that we use that
Okay.
when we get the contact information, they just report back on that sheet and then we get to see that. So,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. How's the spreadsheet working for you?
Not very well. Yeah, we're having
Mm.
some issues with it
Yeah.
because we're looking to expand and grow with our business,
Mm-hmm.
and that's something like um, the spreadsheet is kind of currently having problems with because the sales process is a little bit more intricate, and the way that we're reporting things is very basic.
Yeah.
So it's kind of clashing.
Yeah. Okay. What kind of clashes are you having? Because I know you said there's kind of a disconnect with this spreadsheet and your operations. What's the disconnect? What's not connecting?
So the biggest thing is it's difficult to track progress.
Mm-hmm.
So the way, because we have a certain system or kind of like way of doing thing, like it's like the same like when you deliver an item, like it goes through like a processing delivery, transit phase, you know,
Yeah,
you get to see all of those different steps.
yeah,
So something that, that's something that our system doesn't do.
mhm.
It just shows us the contact information.
Yeah, yeah,
And so we would greatly benefit if we could see like, oh, how's it going with this customer? Like, have
Yeah,
they
yeah.
received their product?
yeah,
Is their product in the making?
yeah,
Have they even been contacted a second time, like a
Mhm.
follow-up? That's something that we don't get at all.
yeah. So customer service is pretty important to you, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Great.
Mhm.
And I know that that because customer service is a big value to you, that you're working with small business, or not really small business, individuals, that you're just working with homeowners and just individual customers. That if there was, like you said, there's a disconnect between operations and your sales, that it can cause a kind of issue there. What kind of when when there is an issue with a customer, what are some common problems that would come up because of the operational disconnect and your current way to track?
So, definitely a big issue would be when like the customer purchases something, like one
Mhm.
of our products, and we don't get to see how well it's coming in like a timely manner, because
Yeah,
we've estimated like the delivery date they're expecting it at this time, and that's something that if we could track, we could really be on point with that. That we could be like, okay, processing days are done. Let's
Mhm.
move into the next phase, so we can make sure that this product gets to the customer on the date that was promised.
yeah,
And so if we could see that, that would really help, because the way that things are, all of that's not here. And so sometimes we miss the delivery dates
Mhm.
for our customers, and then they're upset, you know, that
yeah,
they're not getting what they thought they were going to get that day. So,
yeah. And how many customers do you think you've lost over just this happening?
over the past year, we've probably lost maybe like 50 customers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're a
Yeah.
more smaller company, so the way we differentiate from the bigger companies is our customer service, and because that's kind of lacking right now,
Mm-hmm.
it's not making our current customers want to come back to us.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal.
Yeah. And would those customers, do you feel like you wouldn't have lost them if you had a proper way to track?
I would say, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So just to kind of come full circle to understand a little bit more, that you guys, you're trying to grow, you're trying to expand your operations, and this kind of disconnect you're having right now with having this kind of just bare bones spreadsheet with the people who you're having is making it so that you just have data and information, you don't have real people, and there's kind of a disconnect there. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
right.
Great. And once again, just to ask again, do you feel like it would be, would it help you if you had a way to see these people more humanized rather than just a name?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, just saying, like, rather than just having a name on a sheet, would it help you to know other things about them? Things like their demographic, their buying habits, who was the person who sold to them, why they wanted to buy, more detailed insights into the customer. Would that help you?
I could see some value in that, but that's not like my biggest concern right now.
Okay. What would you say your biggest concern is?
Is getting like the that kind of like process like analytics on screen.
Okay. Okay. So if there was something analytic based, would that help you? Something to like I guess a better way to ask is, what kind of analytics are you looking for?
So the kind that, like I said before, like you can see like the delivery, the in transit,
Yeah.
where that kind of
Yeah.
system would help us to be on top of things.
Yeah. Okay. So something like that would help you out.
Yes.
Okay. So then just double check. I just want to make sure I got you all fully understood what
Sure.
exactly you want. So just to double check, if there was a better way to track your operations with your customers to the sales team, that would be something that would help you out, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, I know that Salesforce we do have some software that can help you there. And I'd love to meet with you another time so we can talk a little bit more about what you need.
Okay.
Okay. All right,
Perfect.
great. Very nice to meet you, Sue. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay.
All right, next one.
All right.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Okay. Hi, I'm
Hi.
Katie.
Very nice to meet you. I'm Cameron.
So I know you called me in today. I'd like to know a little bit more about Smart Home Auto and kind of like what you do.
Oh, great. So we are Smart Home Automation. We work with hooking up people's houses to become a smart home. You know, ever since the popularity of things like the Google Home and the
Right.
Amazon Alexa, we have our own software that we get people's houses nested, you could say, to get them
Mhm.
all to become a smart home.
That's really awesome. I don't have a smart home, but
Yeah,
I
you should
know.
get one
Yes.
from us.
Yeah. I know it's very luxurious because it's like the way things are. It's like a press of a button, like
Yeah,
the lights outside turn off, or your locks locked by
Mhm.
themselves.
you'd be surprised. It's not as expensive as you think. So
Yeah, but I think that's great because it's a really great way to like make you feel safe and stuff.
oh yeah,
Because being a homeowner, I want to feel like that my family is protected, that I myself is protected and my stuff.
yeah.
You know.
can protect it from your pocket with your cell phone. You know.
Yeah. So I think that's really great.
Yeah.
So, so thanks for telling me more about your company.
Sure.
So how many people would
It's out
you
of focus.
say?
There we go.
You're good. How many people would you say are currently on your home system security?
We have, as far as the amount of people, I'm not too sure, but we have turned 200 million in revenue just last year.
Wow.
As far as employees go, we have 500 overall. That's everybody,
Mhm.
and we're spanning across 15 states. That's where we operate.
Dang, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's going
Mhm.
great.
Yeah. Do you see your guys' company growing beyond that in like the next 5 to 10 years?
Absolutely. Even
Yeah.
not even in 5 years. In 2 years, we want to double. We want to double our operations and revenue.
Okay, both those things.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Wow. So you guys know what you're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say
With the
so.
plan.
I'd hope so.
Yeah. Man with a plan.
Yeah.
That's great. So the way that things are going right now, it sounds like things are great. But what would you say is like lacking in your current setup?
The operations are good. The sales are good, but the one big problem, and the reason I wanted to talk to Enterprise today, was because our fleet of vehicles is just not where we want it to be. We've had the same vehicles since we started, and a lot of them are getting pretty old. And we're just kind of in a bind of thinking, do we buy more or should we lease this time? We just don't know. Because a lot of them that are older are starting to break down, and we're just confused as to thinking what would be a better financial option for us, you know.
Mm-hmm. So, why are like the cars like so important to the business? What do they tie in with like home auto, or I'm sorry, home security? So like what's the purpose of the cars?
Oh yeah, we have delivery vans and we have service trucks. So our delivery vans, obviously, when somebody signs up to order it,
Mm-hmm.
they'll bring it to them, and then the person there would be delivering the product. And then we have a service truck that will be the technician who will
Okay.
come to the house with all of his tools in the back and will set up the house for them.
Okay, and so if these cars are breaking down or just kind of because they're just run down a little bit
Mhm.
old, how much time do you think is like spent on kind of like maintenance on the cars, or just trying to like if it breaks down like the middle of the road?
Yeah, our older vehicles, they are in and out of the shop, I'd say at least once every 2 months. So we have a handful that are older, and they're just always in and out. And there have even been a couple times, it's pretty bad, but like our delivery van that was going to deliver all the stuff,
Yeah.
it broke down, and the customer didn't get their things until 2 days late. And they stayed with us because they liked the product, but
Mhm.
it was really bad on our image.
Yeah. So how difficult is it to your employees that these vehicles are breaking down? Like how difficult is that because they're not being able to like service the product?
They get frustrated because they get a bonus for each house that they sell to. So the bonus is there when the house is finished. They don't get their bonus when the dollars are handed over. Our sales reps get a bonus when the house is done
Okay.
and in the system. So our sales reps are really frustrated because if our house doesn't get done up, they don't get their bonus, and then I get to hear from that. So
Yeah. So you said that your customers they did stay with you.
Yeah, they
even though
did.
the 2 day
they did.
late period. Have you lost customers before because of late day like installations?
I won't say we lost people because of our late day installations, but I care more about our image.
Mhm.
To like luckily we haven't lost anyone, but
Yeah.
I really care that we have top-notch service because we're very referral based, and I don't think our people would be willing to refer us if we're late. So they'll
Mhm.
stay with us because they like the product, but they're not going to tell their friends. They're going to tell their friends, oh yeah, they were late.
Yeah. So how many cars? Because it sounds like your reputation is huge to you,
It is. It
and
is.
so definitely these cars are kind of having an effect on your reputation.
Yeah.
Because if
They
the
are.
cars are breaking down, that affects like the customers not getting their product,
Mm-hmm.
and therefore like their reviews kind of affects your image.
It's true.
So
That's what's happening.
yeah, that's yeah.
Mhm.
So tell me more about like the problems with the cars, like, and what are kind of like solutions like you're looking at. Like I know you're debating leasing or renting.
Right.
Let me just back up a little bit.
Sure.
How many cars are you looking to replace?
About, I'd say we have 200 right now, and some of them are newer, some of them are older. So I'd say 100 for now, and then if we like it, we do the rest when the others become old.
Mm-hmm. So do the cars? Does it matter like what type of brand that the cars specifically are? Do you need like some special features in them, or are you just looking for just like a basic car that's reliable?
Basic, reliable. That's
Okay.
what we need.
Okay, that's good to know. So definitely having your cars replaced and having like that amount of cars would be like more organized
Mm-hmm.
and would help your brand image.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we could minimize the cars breaking down, you think that would affect like your sales revenue and kind of like bring like your reputation more back up to your organization?
Yeah. If we, I know it's like in a perfect world, kind of like for me in a perfect world, if we had cars that were new and reliable and didn't get old every single time, that would be the best for us because it's the shame is when you buy them when they get older, you know. So I mean, if there is a leasing option where we can always get the freshest, newest ones, that'd be something we'd really be interested in.
Okay. Is that why like you're kind of debating one or the other?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also just overall price.
Okay, pricing. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there any other way that having new cars would help you? Do you think it would benefit something that is a little bit like more not noticeable, like maybe your employees being happier that they have like a car that works well?
I've actually never asked them how they really care about if it's a newer model of a vehicle because I just honestly have never really asked them. But I can say that I care if they're in a car that works because if they're in a car that works, they actually can make it to their appointments.
Right. Okay. So just one more question.
Yeah.
So it sounds like the cars are a big issue.
Yeah.
But what other ramifications do you foresee from having more free time if those cars were no longer an issue?
If they weren't an issue, I definitely would reinvest that time in focusing on our referral-based kind of like revenue stream, because we're focusing on fixing our image with these cars. I mean, I know it hasn't happened a lot, but we want to maintain that, and we would use more of our time on working on more finding a direct marketing referral base. space.
Okay. And those referrals are, that's pretty big for your business,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, Enterprise here, we definitely have what you need, but we can talk more a little bit later at a different
Okay.
time to see if that would be a right fit for you, and we'll explore all the options and leasing, renting, and prices. We'll get all those quotes for you, and we'll see what we can do for you.
I really like that.
Okay,
Hey, thank you so much, Katie.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.